Welcome to Thursday Reviews. Today we have the Olympus DM-720 voice recorder. This is it. This is definitely my highest quality voice recorder that I have. Not just in sound quality, but in features as well. If you're familiar with the newer Olympus recorders, you might be able to tell just from looking at it that it's a pretty nice one. Here are the buttons. You have your basic controls as well as the menu and these F1 and F2 keys. Those just bring you to things like the folder selection, recording modes, things like that. The hold switch is on the side where you can just power it up. It also has a headphone and microphone jack right here if you ever need them. It might be worth noting that if you plug in headphones, you can actually hear what you're recording live as you record it. Now that I think about it, I should probably narrate this video using this recorder. Let me do that real quick. Okay, I've switched over to using this recorder's built-in microphone for the video. Now, if we look at the top, you might notice that it says 3 mics. Sure enough, there are 3. One here in the front, one on top, which is also directional, and one in the back. The speaker's back here too. In this door back here is the single battery, which is rechargeable and comes with it. You can actually charge it while it's still in the device. There's also space for an optional micro SD card right here. One cool feature is the fact that using this little switch, you can make a USB plug appear and use it to either transfer files to your computer or you can charge the battery with it. So let's fire it up. It shows the Olympus logo and you can choose what file folder type to enter. Let's just go into the recordings folder for now. I'll choose an empty folder like E. Before I push the record button, let me enter the menu to show you what you can adjust. There's a ton of other stuff in here as well, but we don't need to look at all that for now. Now if I push record, you can see it looks like this. I can enter the menu and adjust a few things, but you have to remember to push the OK button after changing an option. If you don't, it won't remember what you changed. It'll switch it back. Anyways, there's also an indexing feature, something that just about all Olympus voice recorders do. If you push it, it'll set a set point that you can rewind to or fast forward to during playback. It works like this. The dimensions are about 4 1/8 inches by 1.5 inches by 1/2 inch thick. That's 10.48 centimeters by 3.81 centimeters by 1.27 centimeters thick. Okay, so now I'm going to do a recording where I'm going to speak into the front microphones here, then I'm going to speak into the top microphones, and then I'll speak into the rear microphone. And then I'll show you what the recording sounds like when I do all that. So what you're hearing right now is coming from the voice recorder. So this is me speaking into the front microphones only. I'm just speaking right into the front. Now I'm going to move over to the top. You can see I'm speaking right into the top microphones. Everything you're hearing is coming through the top. Now I'm going to flip it over to the back, and now I'm speaking into the back microphones. And the sound might change a little bit, but I'm just speaking most closely to the specific microphones. Now if I just hold it at a general area to pick up the sound from, it should pick up the sound just kind of average around the room. But yeah, it does have 3 microphones and they all should work. Okay, so this is a zoom mic test. The box fan is running at the end of the bedroom here, and I'm going to do a little zoom mic test, and I'm going to slowly narrow in on it. I'm all the way in on that now. See if you can hear the fan a little better. Now I'll widen it back out again. And that's a max width. So if I turn at a 90-degree angle, you might still be able to hear the fan, even though I'm pointing it at the wall. So now I'm going to go over the pros and cons. So what do I like about it? Well, the first thing is the audio. Obviously, this thing is meant for high-quality audio recording, and it definitely shows. Olympus, in my opinion, has one of the best voice recorders for microphone and sound quality. This definitely has that. Microphones in the front, microphones on the top, microphones in the back, and they sound amazing. I also really like that it has a micro SD card slot in it so that you can use memory cards in it and transfer them straight from there like that. Makes it much easier than having all the files built in or even using USB where you got to hook it up to your computer. Like with a memory card, at least with my laptop, I have an SD card slot right in my laptop, so the card just goes right in there. I use like a micro SD card like this that has an adapter, and then I just put this whole thing in my computer, and I can transfer it very easily. I also like the feature of the retractable USB. It makes it very convenient. I actually do have another voice recorder that does this, but this one beats it by a ton because this recorder does a ton more things, and it just makes it it's so much more convenient. So now you get the option of using the memory card or the USB to transfer your files to and from the voice recorder. Like I've said before, I also like that it is feature-filled. There's probably endless things that you can do with this. So many little adjustments, and you really can make every recording perfect to exactly what you want it as. It's probably a bit too much stuff for what I need it for. Just note that you pretty much can adjust everything about your recordings on this. So now let's go over the cons. So the first thing is that this USB and the USB interface and all that is just kind of weird. When you plug this into your computer, it'll turn on and it says press OK to start charging. So you push OK and it begins charging the built-in battery. But you can't really get anything to access on your computer. It's almost like this USB is almost just meant for charging and has nothing to do with transferring the files. What I mostly do is I just copy the files over to the memory card, and then I just remove the memory card and transfer the files straight from it onto my computer. I don't usually use the USB thing unless I'm charging it. There's probably something that I'm doing wrong or a step that I'm forgetting, but it just doesn't seem like I can get it to work the way I want it to. With that being said, that's my only con, and just note that I haven't even showed you half of the things that are on this voice recorder, but I showed you what I thought was important, and next week for Thursday Reviews is going to be outtakes. So I will see you on those. I'll see you next time, and goodbye.